the Republic of Guinea. I request Protocol Excellency and invite him to address the Assembly.
Monsieur le
Secretary General, President Young, distinguished heads of state and government, distinguished delegates, I'm standing before you today on behalf of His Excellency, the General of the Armed Forces, Mamadi Doumbouya, President of the Republic of Guinea, with the honor and responsibility of representing a nation that is engaged in a historic transformation. We are here to reaffirm our determination to redefine our future, a future built on peace, justice, and dignity for all. Today, September 28th, 2024, there are 3 dates, 3 events, 3 moments that embody the spirit of resilience and freedom of our people. September 28, 1958, the people of Guinea chose to vote overwhelmingly no in the referendum proposed by General de Gaulle, thus choosing immediate independence. On September 28, 2009, this same people reclaimed, at a heavy price, the full enjoyment of their freedom, democracy, and dignity. Today, on September 28, 2024, on this symbolic day for Guinea, we are here before this august assembly to reaffirm our freely made commitment toward these dynamics to build a future based on peace, justice, and dignity. At this time of great global turbulence, a time of conflict, growing inequality, and a climate crisis that threatens the existence of humanity, it is crucial that we be bold in our actions and united in our vision. This is my conviction as I stand before you. At the outset, I commend the United Nations, this unique space for dialogue and cooperation, where all nations, large and small, can meet on an equal footing to build a better world. Our faith in this institution is a profound one, for it reflects our common values, that is, peace, sustainable development, and respect for human rights, are great ones. But we also know that the spirit of solidarity and cooperation that have guided this organization since its creation is more crucial than ever, of a profound transformation of its state, led by the National Committee for Reconciliation and Development and by the President of the Republic, His Excellency General of the Armed Forces, Mamadi Doumbouya. We have chosen to turn the page on instability, to write a new history, a new story, that of a resilient nation that is reinventing itself to provide its people with a life full of dignity, freedom, and prosperity. Guinea aspires to become a model of resilience and renewal in Africa, thus proving that in the face of adversity, a positive transformation is possible. The most striking example of our commitment to justice and to combating impunity is the historic trial regarding the events of September 28, 2009. For the first time in the history of our nation, the perpetrators of this tragedy have been brought before a national court. This was a pivotal turning point in our battle against impunity. An example for Africa, and it embodies our will to rebuild our society based on justice, truth, and reconciliation. Transversus Mamadi Doumbouya has laid out a clear and ambitious vision to guide Guinea toward a prosperous future founded upon 3 key pillars, the social, economic, and political pillars. In addition, we are basing these actions on 5 values that define the governance of our country. Institutional rectification, through which we are building robust institutions, legitimate institutions that are impartial. Through rebuilding, we are strengthening the integrity of politics. Through reconciliation, we are bringing together all elements of our nation. Through recovery, we are establishing transparent and responsible governance. And lastly, through repositioning Guinea, we are stepping up our commitment toward our global partners, ensuring active, dynamic cooperation with the world's institutions, both bilateral and multilateral. These values guide each step that we take toward national transformation in a spirit of justice, solidarity, and dignity. This national transformation is based on an emblematic project that embodies our vision for the present and future. That is the Simandou Mega Project and its ambitious Simandou 2040 program. Simandou 2040 was born as a mining project. Guinea now is building 670 kilometers of multi-use railways for mineral ore exploitation of the iron mines of Simandou. This project for 2040 is now much more than just a mining project. It's a model for comprehensive transformation for Guinea, which aims to build around this project a real social and environmental program in which humans and their environment can coexist in harmony. Unlike other countries that fell prey to the natural resource curse, we are trying to avoid that path. We've learned lessons from the past, and we are committed to making Simandou a lever for shared prosperity, stability, and sustainable growth. Ladies and gentlemen, in this process of transformation, we've drawn inspiration from the rich and diverse history of our country, a history that is marked by our ancestral values of justice, solidarity, and respect for human dignity. I remind you that most of the empires that existed in West Africa were based on our country, that is the current Republic of Guinea. Since the Kurukan-Fuga Charter, proclaimed in 1236, which laid the foundations of a just society by abolishing slavery and promoting equality and freedom for all, and all the way up into the establishment of the Futa theocracy, recognized as a land of asylum and protection for the oppressed fleeing the slave trade, Guinea has always been a bastion for humanist values and fair governance. These traditions, which can be found in the social structures of all of the country's regions, from Lower Guinea to Forested Guinea, where the collective management of resources and peaceful resolution of conflict are at the heart of our life together. Our national identity clearly is rooted in a quest for justice, empathy, peace, and solidarity. Today, we are building the future of our nation. We are reaffirming these values in our new draft constitution, which we are currently putting before the people of Guinea. We would like to build a modern state that incorporates these timeless principles, a state in which each citizen, regardless of their origins, culture, or faith, has a role to play in a harmonious and close-knit social fabric. Ladies and gentlemen, this path toward transformation cannot be accomplished single-handedly. We are calling for sincere and strengthened international support based on mutual respect, understanding, and support as we pursue our common goals. Guinea is not asking for compassion. Rather, it's proposing a partnership, an active and dynamic alliance, so we can come together to build a better world. This period also is a unique opportunity for Guinea to redefine its role on the international arena as a committed and responsible actor that contributes to regional stability and to peace in the world. We have taken active part in peacekeeping efforts led by the United Nations, and we will continue to do so. We are convinced that peace is the key precondition for development and justice. That is why we're willing to provide more than 650 police and gendarmes for the stabilization of Haiti, this martyr country. However, peace can only be achieved through strengthened cooperation and meaningful reforms of multilateral institutions. And that is why we must also rethink our approach to resolving persistent conflicts in the region of the Sahel. It is high time to transcend purely military responses. And it is time to promote an integrated strategy that combines economic development, institutional strengthening, and heightened regional cooperation. This approach should be focused on each community in this vast space to enjoy their freedom, respect, identity, and recognition of their own rights in a multi-ethnic and multi-faith state space. This is what can ensure national cohesion and peaceful coexistence. The Security Council of the United Nations today must truly reflect the diversity and aspirations of the world of today. We strongly support the Eswatini Consensus, and we call for a more equitable and democratic representation within decision-making bodies. Africa, with its 54 member states, represent more than a fourth of the UN's member states. It can no longer be pushed to one side in decisions that concern global peace and security. We call for the African continent to acquire permanent seats in the Security Council with all of the associated rights, including veto rights. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, in light of the many crises that are threatening our world, it is clear that our responses must be collective, humanitarian, and based on empathy with people suffering in conflict zones. Everywhere, people are suffering from the ravages of war. Families are separated, communities displaced, lives lost, essential infrastructure destroyed. Whether in the Russian-Ukrainian conflict, in Europe, or in the Middle East with the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, or in Africa, especially in Sudan, or in other regions of the world, the suffering of the people is immense and transcends borders and nationalities. In addition to these human tragedies, there also are the devastating effects of climate change, which are exacerbating conflicts and increasing the vulnerability of those who have the least. We reaffirm our commitment to including the Futajalon Highlands on the UNESCO World Heritage List. This would send a strong message in favor of environmental protection. And in doing so, we are striving for a paradigm change in regional governance in West Africa. The future of our nation will be based on our ability to invest in our young people as well, because youth are the greatest asset of our country. By providing young people with opportunities and the means to effectively combat the evils that drive peace and peace together for a better world. Thank you. For a better world. Thank you.